Welcome back to the Av Attack. I'm your host, Prescott Chambers. The Avs dropped their first home game after a 17-game win streak, but still managed to come away with a point in this game, 45 of 82 at home versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Nords are back again for this one. And they enter this one with a record of 33-4-7 and are still at the top of the league as far as points with 73, putting them 12 points ahead of the second place Dallas Stars. The Leafs are 7-1-2 in their last 10 games and are looking decent, though they are currently 6th in the Atlantic Division. This one comes after a huge Trent Miner shutout, and the first in his NHL career, and our starting goalies for this one were Joseph Woll and Trent Miner once again. Period 1. This one looks really high-paced in the opening minutes. Quebec is making good opportunities, and Toronto starts to wake up and get some shots on net as well. The Leafs have a player go down after taking a wrist shot to the knee. Then at 11:15, Easton Cohen throws one at the net that goes off the skate of Brent Burns and in for a Toronto goal. The assist from Nicholas Roy and Bobby McMahon. It's 1-0 Maple Leafs. At 13:29, Cale Makar gets called for tripping, giving Toronto their first power play. This one gets killed off, and at 16:12, Cale Makar rips in a wrist shot, top shelf with assists from Marty Necas and Nathan MacKinnon. We're tied at 1. At 17:48, Parker Kelly gets tackled into Joseph Woll, drawing an interference penalty, and 5 seconds into the power play at 17:53, Brock Nelson throws a one-timer on goal and scores to put the Nords up. The assists from Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar. After one period of play, the score is 2-1 Nordiques. Period 2, 10 seconds in, Austin Matthews almost gets one by Miner, but Josh Manson saves it from going in. Then at 2:12, Bobby McMahon scores an unassisted goal on a breakaway after the Nords miss the retrieval on a puck drop in their own zone. We're tied at 2. Toronto is flying to start this second period, not allowing much for Quebec. At 9:18, Ivan gets sent to the box on a slashing call, giving Toronto their second power play. The Nords keep a good possession on this kill, and the Leafs can't capitalize. We get a lot of back and forth in the last half of the second period, and after 2, we're tied at 2. Period 3. This one gets heated when Ross Colton gets mixed up in a scrum. At 4:31, Bobby McMahon gets called for tripping, giving the Avs their second power play. This one gets killed off. And at 10:08, Marty Necas and Scott Lawton get matching high sticking penalties, and we go 4-on-4. At 10:24 on the 4-on-4, Austin Matthews goes roof on Miner and puts the Leafs up 3-2. The assists from William Nylander and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Then not long after, at 12:55, Marty Necas tips one in on the doorstep with the assists from Nathan MacKinnon to tie it up again at 3. And with that, the Nate Dogg becomes the fastest player in franchise history to make it to 80 points on the season at 45 games played, beating the late great Michel Goulet by a mere 2 games. With just 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining, Necas draws a tripping penalty, and the Avs go on their third power play. This one unfortunately gets killed, and we head to overtime, tied at 3. Overtime, Toronto gets possession first. Nichushkin's toe makes contact with Joseph Woll's toe, and Woll goes to sell it and falls down. One from McKinnon goes bar down, and I swear to all that is good that this thing went in the net, and I screamed and I thought we won. I think most of the arena probably thought the same thing, but we end up playing on, and after a bit of back and forth at 3:59 in OT, William Nylander goes 5-hole on minor and gets it past him for the game winner, assisted by Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Austin Matthews. And this one ends in OT with a score of 4-3 Toronto. Overall, that one that went bar down from McKinnon, I could have sworn it went over the line, but they did show a slow-mo replay after the game was over, and it did bounce square into the blue paint and right over Natchez' stick, and just, oh well. Can't win them all. The effort was definitely there from the Avs. They were in this one all the way to the end, and every player put an effort, I feel like. Sometimes it feels like they only press hard when they're behind, and I think that kind of needs to be addressed in some way. Maybe I'm just, nitpicking, but I feel like sometimes they just they put themselves on cruise control if they're tied up or, a goal ahead. They're fine. They don't care. But you put them a goal behind, they are panicking and doing everything they possibly can to put the puck in the net. And I think if they just had small bursts of, that, which they do, but, more structured, I guess, timed bursts of speed, knowing and planning it out, which it's hard to plan plays like that out. You look for an opening and you just do it. But if there was more structure in our explosiveness, I think we would be damn near unstoppable. This loss ends the Avs' 17-game home winning streak. If they had won this one, that would have tied their previous record set in 2022. But they at least got a point and now have 3 days off before the next one on this homestand, which will be Friday, January 16th versus the Nashville Predators. And until then, as always, I'm your host, Prescott Chambers, for the Avalanche. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.